everybody, today I'm making this little overview of the Realacc XS-220, the QAV-XS lookalike. On the box it says X210, but this really is the XS-220. So let's open the package and see what's included in the box. So firstly we see we have a battery strap with Realacc branded. We have some standoffs, we have some screws and some nylon standoff with nylon nuts. Next we have the stretched X-frame with all the components for the pot on the top. And I have to say the carbon is not very well manufactured. I will show some detailed pictures later. And lastly we have a Maytag PDB with 5 and 12 volts. So let's put this aside and look at the bolts and nuts you get included in the box. I haven't opened this yet, so we'll discover this together. If I can get this damn package open. So here you can see the Realacc branded battery strap. It feels very rigid. I think it's rubber coated, so this will not break very easily. So, but yeah, you still have to be careful with it. Of course, everything can break. Next we have the nylon bolts and nuts. Let's see if you can see it like that. There are 4 nylon bolts and 4 nylon nuts, so very useful to secure your PDB or to secure your flight controller. Next we have the standoffs. You have 4 longer standoffs and 1 smaller standoff for the GoPro mount on the top. I will measure this for you. So I have this small measuring instrument right here, and we can put it aside. And it looks like it is 35 millimeters. And let's get the smaller one. The smaller one for the GoPro mount is 30 millimeters. So if you break some, definitely order some spare ones, because, well, you need them. Because they're probably gonna bend in a hard crash. I haven't bent mine yet on my X210, but you probably will. So the last bolts and nuts are the metal or aluminium nuts. I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but there are longer and shorter bolts. I think the longer bolts are 8 millimeters and the shorter bolts are 6 millimeters. The longer ones are probably for the standoffs, and the smaller one are probably for motors or the GoPro mount, because I don't see why you need so many bolts if there are like 8 for the mounts and maybe 3 or 4 for the GoPro mount. But well, you get some spares, so that's nice. And lastly we have the stretched X-frame. I'll get the parts out for you. So as you can see, there are a few parts included with it. This is the bottom mount, the top mount, of the top plate I mean, the side mounts for the camera. You can see right here, used to mount some sort of HS style camera or something like that. These are for the adjustable GoPro mount. You can use it between 30 and 40 degrees, I think. and this is the little bracket that goes in between those to hold the GoPro and to bind your Velcro strap between. So let's do some measurements on the frame. So I will measure the thickness of the frame. I bought a 4mm version, and yeah, this is pretty much 4mm. I don't know exact because I don't have a digital measuring instrument, but it looked like 4mm. And this one is 2mm thick, so that's also alright. Well, it's a Stretch X frame, so the length from the back to the front is longer than from the left to the right. So I will measure about the length from the front to the back right now, and it is about 175mm, and from the left to the right it is about 135mm. And well, on the page it says it's a wheelbase of 220mm, but I think it's a bit more. Let's see how much more. Well, I think I was wrong. It's pretty much 220mm, maybe 1mm give or take, but yeah, it's around 220, so that's nice. Not with the real ACC X210, where it was more around X215. So yeah, I will build the whole frame right now, so I'll be back with you in a minute. So as you can see, I built the frame right here, and this was the easiest build I've ever done. I mean, it took me around 5 minutes to completely set this thing up. It was a bit of a hassle to get this part right here on the frame, but well, yeah, in about 1 minute it took more time to get all the things out of their packages to build this frame. So well, it's very easy. As you can see right here, I have a lot of screws left, so it's nice they've given you some of those. But what I was a bit ashamed of is that they probably did not ship the 6th standoff right here, because I used 4 standoffs on the pot right here, and I used one to mount the GoPro frame, but here at the back I need one more to secure this, but well, it was not included in the package, so I rather had a little less screws and this standoff right here than all these screws and no standoffs, because I can't use them, and well, I can't use the GoPro mount right now. So that's a bit of a shame, but well, the quality control isn't that good in China, so well, and the price it's very cheap, so I don't blame them. I bought this one for 26 euros, but the price is changing all the time, so I would recommend checking the link in the description to check the current price of this thing. I will weigh it in a moment, but I just have to say this frame looks really amazing. I've never seen such a frame. This is my first Stretch X. I was just looking on Banggood for a new frame and just saw this thing pop up at new arrivals. So I just immediately ordered it because, well, Stretch X is becoming the new standard at racing right now. So it's nice to see the first Stretch X frame on Banggood, and I hope they will follow more of these kinds of frame, because well, they're pretty nice for racing. The only thing I was a bit disappointed with was the manufacturing of the frame. I will, as I said, flash some pictures up of the manufacturing, but you can clearly see the fibers of the carbon sticking out at the holes right here. On the small parts it's pretty well done and everything fits really well. there's no fiddling around with the knots and the holes for the camera mount and the camera pod. But well, really these holes at the motor mounts, you really see where they've cut and what the bottom and what the top was. And well, that shouldn't make a difference because it's really just symmetrical from the bottom and the top. So yeah, that was the only thing, but well, you can't really complain because it's only 26 euros. It's very, very, very cheap, and well, I don't think there's any better frame for racing at the moment. So I will weigh this thing right now. So one last thing before we're going to weigh this frame. I said it was almost complete, only except this standoff right here. But what I didn't notice was there is no battery protection plate. So we have this this Velcro strap for the battery, but the protection plate for the battery is missing. So well, again, bad quality control for from Banggood. So Banggood, if you see this video, please ship me a battery protection plate, because well, you can't really fly without it. So yeah, it's necessary to protect your batteries like that. So I hope you'll send me some. But well, let's weigh this thing. I can't weigh it with a battery protection plate because I don't have one. But you'll see the exact number right here. So the frame comes in at 84 grams, which is not heavy but also not light. With the battery strap, it comes in at 88 grams. Well, we have the PDB with wires, so I will leave the package on. It comes in at 99 grams, so well, 100 grams, 99 grams. It's not heavy but not light as I said. But I think we can make a real nice racer out of this frame, and look forward at my channel to see some flight footage of this thing racing. And well, I hope this video was informative and helps you make a decision on whether to buy this product or not. And well, I hope I see you next time.